good. Okay. What do we got? Link raid. Sure, let's do that while we're waiting. Okay, okay. Just doing some link raids while we're waiting. Oh, we do have music, nice. Oh yeah, this is Tsuruno's memory, technically now. Huh. Hey, welcome to the stream, Ayunodlubu. And also, Crystal X, how is it going? Okay, let's see. We should be fine. Audio levels, I hope, are good as well. At least I think so. Okay, like something like this. Good. Welcome everyone to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to roll for Kanae. And we're also going to be doing tower. I don't know if there's a score attack. I actually didn't check if there's a score attack or not. There might be a score attack. I don't know. We'll see. Main story. Also new main story stuff. So we definitely have stuff to do, actually. Let's go attack on your tower. Makes sense. So we do actually have stuff to do. Yeah, this is a level 12, I think. I could solo, like, on auto battle up to, like, level 15, maybe. But that takes a long time. Manually, I could probably go all the way up to solo 18, maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm not gonna do link raid on manual. Link raid on manual sounds insane. Like, that's a lot of time and effort that you're spending every single day if you're doing link raid on manual. You've made a stream for us in a while. Welcome to this one. I hope that this stream will be whelming and adequate and will make you feel something. Who knows? So what do we got? What do we got? We actually have some free rolls, I think, from something. Oh yeah, I didn't put this in the news because I wasn't actually sure if that was a real thing or not and when it would happen. But yeah, there's like, I think 3 free rolls, one every week. Right? So once every week you get a free 10 roll on this. I guess. I don't know. You do manual every day because you think it's fun. Well, if it's fun, then there's nothing wrong about that. But I wouldn't be able to spend that much time on the same thing every single day. Okay. Hey, thank you very much for the subscription, Wildescars. I think you've also been a member on YouTube. Thank you very much. I'll make sure to take the subscription money and the membership money and put it into more roles. Which I'll need because I have this feeling, just a gut feeling, that today I'm gonna have to go all the way to 200 rolls. It's just a gut feeling, but usually my gut feeling is never wrong, right? If my gut feeling tells me we're gonna have to go all the way, then usually we have to go all the way. Also, there's a bunch of new login bonuses. And I think the login bonus is like a bunch of keys. Like at first the regular keys, then 4-star keys, and I think the final login bonus is like a 5-star keys or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But I've gotten to the point where the 5-star keys are not actually that like important to my account anymore, because basically every single character that is like in the standard pool that I would kind of like to have on high ascensions, I kind of already do. Like Ui was still missing, and who else was it? Aina, I think, was still missing at Ascension 5, but last stream we got both of them to like 5-star, to like Ascension 5, so I think it's only like Mifuyu left. I think Mifuyu is the only other standard character that I still need Ascensions for, and that's like one character out of the entire standard pool. I also don't have a single healer on more than like Ascension 2. Somehow, I don't know how that happened, but for some reason I have like every single character at Ascension 5 except healers. and I don't have a single healer above tension 2. But I also don't care, really, because I don't use healers, like, ever. Like, I just don't use healers, so I don't think it would matter. How did the New Year's raffle go for me? Actually, I think I can actually show that. Let's do that before we dive in here, because I think I can show it. The results. Draw results. I got 2 winning tickets for 4th prize. I got 2 winning tickets for 5th prize, and that's it. So, yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, actually. So I guess it didn't go that well. I think this is still below the expected value, so my luck was not that great, sadly. Huh. You can even go in here and check the tickets collected. Look at that. They made a whole little animation for it and everything. Wow. Wow, look at that, was a 5th prize. They're all participation prizes. Oh no. Yeah, it really didn't go well for me. Wow. Yeah, that did not go well at all. You got 7k. Oh, congratulations. Finally awake to Twitch Prime on one of these streams. Ooh, thank you very much for that. I basically stream at the like the same time of day usually, but that might change in the future. I don't actually know. Didn't get any free 5 stars because the game cursed you with 29 key shards. Ooh. So there will be a big event in March. There will be. There will be anniversary in March on the 26th, and there will be some pretty big stuff then. So if you're a future player, you should probably start saving now until the end of March, because anniversary is going to be huge. Probably Akuma Homoda would be my guess. You can do 200 pulls at 3 5-star Kyoku are probably the good thing. Then you stop even going 200 pulls. Good luck on Kanae. Oh, I hope I do get Kanae. Still some slight coughs here and there, but I'm mostly fine again. Still hunting for Ascension 1 then. You shouldn't stop at Ascension 1. You gotta go all the way to Ascension 5. Anyway, I think it's about time we need to start rolling. I wonder if anyone got the 30k. No one that I know got the 30k, but I know that some people did. I think at least 2 people got it. Okay, let's see what we got. Like I said, my gut feeling is that we're gonna have to go all the way to 200. But we'll see. The raffle, you had 45k gems. Oh, that's a lot already. You're probably going to be at like 100,000 or something for the anniversary. Probably higher even. At least I have enough gems to go all the way to 200 if that is indeed necessary. So we'll see. They make you complete everything if you really want to progress the game. I don't mind. I mean, that's kind of the way the game is set up. Isn't that kind of like how every gacha game works, that you need to like do the main story to unlock stuff? Okay, nothing so far. Gotta watch out for special animations, of course. We got small orbs in there. Small orbs is usually a good sign, but doesn't have to. But maybe got small orbs. It could be something. More than 600 gems from etc. is 50%, so it's getting decent luck. 3,000 to 3,100 is 27%, so those people are the unlucky ones. Yeah. Okay, we didn't quite get one. Was that... Did I miss the skip button? Nope, I don't think I did. That isn't... Okay, those small orbs, once again, did not betray us. And we did get Mel, which I think I had an Ascension 0 before this. Mel is pretty good. Generally, like, on paper, Mel is actually really good. She only has one major downside. The one major downside that Mel has is the fact that she cannot be played on auto battle, because auto battle does not know what the fuck to do with Mel. So you have to play her on manual every time you play Mel, which is a pretty big downside, to be fair. But if you do play her like manually, she's actually really good. She's really good. But yeah, so we at least got something. We at least got something so far. Oh, we got Yoraka, also known as Kure. So Yoraka, that's a good sign as well. There might be another one. There might be another 5-star. By the way, welcome and shoutouts to everyone who's joined in the meantime. We got another 5-star right here. This is for you guys. Also, actually no, this is for me. This is my stuff. Yeah, auto battle auto battle generally just has nothing that it does. It just presses buttons. Okay, let's see. I accidentally skipped it. I wanted to speed up. I wanted to press once to speed up. Just imagine that you see the cutscene of Kanae jumping in. Okay, we gotta fix it. I'm gonna fix it, guys. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. Hold up. We're gonna fix it. Hold up, what do we do? Twitter? I have an idea. I have an idea how we're gonna fix it. The fact that I accidentally pressed the button. Okay, we go here. Oh, it's gonna be great. Okay. Okay, hold up. We do this. We go here. And then we do this. Hold up, that's way too loud. That would have blasted your fucking eardrums out. Oh my god, we fucking rolled it. We fucking got Kanae. Oh my god. We done it. Yes. Just imagine this is the animation that plays when you get it. And in Mario Record, that would have been way worse, because in Mario Record, you of course have the summoning animations. You have the transformation animations. But you still get something like this. You actually roll the character. I'm gonna have to explain to you what happens when you roll a character, because I actually skip past it, but you know, shit happens. You don't get this screen? That screen right here, that's not what you get when you roll the character. This one, you also don't get that one. But you get the animation. There we go, that's what you get. Anyway. We didn't have to go to 200. We actually didn't have to go to 200. Nice. Whoops, sorry. Nighthawk is running around. Yeah, Yudaka blessed us. Yudaka blessed us with the 5-star. We have actually done it. Using Melon the link rate right now. Yeah, like I said, Melon is actually really good. You just gotta play her manually, which kind of sucks. Yeah, we can save our gems now. Why Iroha on this link rate instead of Pluvia? Because Pluvia breaks really, really slow. Like, really slow. Like, absurdly slow. Pluvia is one of the slowest breakers in the entire game. And at some point, you have to say to yourself, if I just play any other breaker, I can beat this battle. I can break the boss twice as fast and then get, like, another break in the same time that it would take Pluvia to break once. So at that point, you just don't care anymore about the fact that Pluvia gives some MP to the party. Because you just break, like, twice as much with other breakers. So I'm still gonna use other breakers instead. Not to mention that we also have breakers like a Christmas Ren, for example, or who else do we have recently? I think Mappa 2 and also Alina, that also provide other things. Like, they provide buffs and utility and debuffs and other things that I also like a lot. So yeah, Pluvia has fallen off. Pluvia is like, she's not bad. She's still like one of the best characters in the game, but she's not like the undisputed queen of the game anymore. She hasn't been for like months now. Like, Pluvia is no longer up there. Ren is still up there. And Maui as well. I love how 2 years and 5 people are speaking that out. Yeah, it's because I've played gacha games for like over 10 years now. And generally, I'm kind of a chill person, right? When you're watching my stream, you're not watching the stream to see someone like lose their fucking brains whenever anything crazy happens. I'm usually quite chill. So much so that people usually think that I'm smoking stuff, but I can assure you that I don't take any amount of drugs. Well, yeah, let's see what else I missed. See, people complain she's a debuffer, but honestly, yeah, the people that complain she's a debuffer don't actually know anything about Kanae. Because Kanae is unique innate ability, like her magic ability that she has is the ability to remove enemy defenses, right? She can like make enemies defenseless in a way. That's her unique magic. Yeah, that's a debuffer. That's a debuffer as ability, man. Of course she was always going to be a debuffer. The best support for Ren. She's fantastic for Ren, actually. So she actually fits really well into this team. But yeah. At least 50 pills fulls for guaranteed 5-star. Yeah, the thing is, I don't need any of the like standard character. Like, I have every single standard character at like a really high ascension already, so there's not actually much I can still get. That's actually very much not a reason to get the guaranteed 5-star at this point. Okay, we go here. For Kanae specifically, you actually really want the final crit rate node, because crit is actually really important for it.
喧嘩のためじゃない。守るための力。
喧嘩のためじゃない。守るの力だ。I didn't get the last part of that, but she just said, my power is not for fighting, it's for protecting. That's some wise words right there. By the way, in case you don't know the backstory of Kanae, it's been like many years since I've last read it, so I probably don't remember like 90% of it. But she always gets into trouble with people, but she's not a violent person or anything. She just happens to attract trouble. And I think she made her wish to beat up some idiots, some punks that were trying to like harass a girl or something. So she made a wish to beat up those fools to protect someone. So the whole idea of Kanae is that she looks scary, is that she gets into trouble a lot, but she's actually a really kind person who just tries to protect people. That's basically her whole idea. Anyway, I read your description too. It seems like her and Mifuyu would love to be on a team together. Oh, absolutely. Like the gameplay-wise, there's actually a really cool thing that happened, where of course she was on a team with Yachio and Mifuyu and Tsuruno. And guess what? All of them are crit focused. Yachio is crit focused, Mifuyu is crit focused, Kanae is crit focused, and of course Tsuruno is crit focused. And guess what? They're all different roles, and they all fit on the same team really well. And in fact, the perfect fifth person for that team, for this specific team with those 4 characters, this best fifth character for that team is Doppel Iroha. So let's say, for example, you wanted to make a Team Mikazuki style team for that version of Team Mikazuki. So you'd have your damage dealer right here, you'd have your breaker right here, then you'd have your supports. And already you have a team with 4 characters that all synergize really well with crit. Now, of course, you're way overcapping on crit with Tsuruno, because Tsuruno gives like 67% crit rate or something, which is already like way too much, or like 62%. But yeah, you have Mifuyu giving crit to the entire team. She gives like what? 15% crit rate through the team, then you have Kanae give another 20% crit rate to the team, and you have Tsuruno give another 60% crit rate to the team. Like, everyone's critting, and everyone benefits from crits. Like, Tsuruno gives bonus buffs if she crits with her Ascension 2, right? Yeah, with her Ascension 2 she gains bonus crit damage to the team. Kanae gets more debuffs on the enemy when she crits. Mifuyu gets more MP when other people crit. Like, this team works really well. But if you still need a 5th character for this team, who is going to be the 5th character for this team? I mentioned it before. You need a sustain that benefits from crit, or rather that gives crit, which would actually be Iroha. You could also get Sana, of course. But personally, I actually like using Iroha, like double Iroha more, even though she's Ascension 0. She's Ascension 0 somehow. How the fuck have you not gotten more double Irohas? But yeah, either of those two would fit really well in this team. The problem with Sana is that her shields run out really fast. So specifically on a team that's really fast, it just runs out really fast, and it's kind of sad. Can you show what the best all-dark team would be in motion against a boss? I can do that. Mifuyu is an unexpected breaker. Yeah, she does really well, actually. Like, Mifuyu is one of the best characters in the game, but people just don't have her at high ascension yet. Kanae is for crit dark team. Generally for crit teams. Generally on any crit team you can put her. She has a stern look that makes her kind of look like she wants trouble. Yeah, that's kind of what Kanae is like. Alekino has come. Oops, wrong game. I can see where you're coming from. Poor Mel got left out. She's not part of that iteration of the team. Like, that's the thing. She's from a different iteration of the team. Managed to pass Tower Dog Witch with only Nemu? With no Nemu and only Ren. Ren is the best character for most tower bosses, so makes sense. Have you ever thought of making a video about which support girls to use on mains? Not really, because in a lot of cases it's kind of obvious which ones to use, and in the cases where it's not obvious, it doesn't really matter much either way. Like, when it comes to breaker supports, most breaker supports are kind of the same. Like, you have 25% speed here, you have 20% speed, you have 20% speed here, you have 25% speed here. They're basically the same. Like, they're basically all the same. It doesn't really matter which of these 4 you use. For example, for breakers, they're all kind of the same. So, and a lot of supports are similar where they are very similar, or it's obvious that one is the best. So either it's obvious which one's the best, or they're kind of the same. So it's not, there's not really much about it. Yeah, think about a dark team. So someone said, I want a dark team. That's dark, that's dark. Those two also work really well together. So if you're generally making a dark team or a crit team, you can just put both of these characters on there, like both Mifuyu and Kanae, and it's gonna be great. What else do we have? We could go with that. Actually, that would be interesting because that would be low ascension. Let's do some low ascension stuff. That's some low ascension stuff right there. They're all ascension 0, except for Homura, who's ascension 5. But yeah, they're all ascension 0. Like, that's a dark team right there. And you cannot even tell me that this is like a whale team, because apart from a character that has been in the game since release, they're all ascension 0. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I can do that. We can go for crit. How high is our crit rate? Not that high, actually. Gamble? Gamble for crits? Sure. We need... I want MP on this, because she gains... So she passively gains MP from other people critting, so I think MP recovery rate might be good here. You want speed, I think. Yeah, speed here. You want speed. And you want healing, I think. Sure, let's put healing on there. Although it's not actually that important. Like, W Hut doesn't do much on this team, so it actually doesn't matter too much what portrait you give her, because she's like the most useless character. This one might be really good. Or that one. MP 5% MP recovery is basically nothing. Sure, no, let's go with this one. It do hope we get more unique defenders and healers. I imagine they're kind of hard to make though. You can actually do a lot with this system. Like, this kind of combat system actually, depending on how it's internally coded, and I think it's actually coded pretty well compared to Migo Record, you can actually do a lot. It's actually very obvious that with Migo Record, with like the way it was coded and the way it was designed, you couldn't actually do much. Because if you think about characters at release of Migo Record versus characters that were like the last few characters that were ever released, they basically play the same. Like, every single character that ever released in Migo Record basically plays the same, and they don't really have any crazy mechanics, right? That, like, Migo Record just didn't have any crazy mechanics. They were all the same, basically. But in Etc., even the characters in Etc. at release were more diverse in the way that they played than all of Migo Record characters. So I don't worry about the developers not being able to put in too many crazy characters. Like, I actually have a lot of faith that the developers can put in some absolutely crazy characters. Like, Mel is actually a really fucking crazy character in the way that she plays. You couldn't even imagine a character playing like Mel in Migo Record. Like, Mel is like more crazy and more complex than all Migo Record characters combined. Like, absolutely crazy. Who are we on, by the way? We're on that. Yeah. Let's do this one for aim and hit rate. Here's a good thing about Kanae. Kanae, unlike a lot of other debuffers, doesn't have to worry about hitting her ailment. Like, you have other debuffers like Mami, for example, who wants to hit an ailment, but we're not worrying about ailments, so we're fine. Actually, the more I think about it, I'm gonna switch in Ui for this one later. We're gonna do it with Mami first, but then I want to switch in Ui after this. I'd like to see a fire defender for no reason other than I think my OC will be a fire defender. There's a lot of crazy stuff you can do with OCs as well in this game that you couldn't do in Migo Record. Like, I saw a lot of people's OCs as like, this is what my Migo Record kit for this character would look like, and they're all the same because you just couldn't do much with that. Fire defender would be fun. You would go hard into reflecting damage gimmick that Kirika has and burning them if they hit your shield. Yeah, that sounds great. You can also just have a counter hit. You can have like a counter hit that then burns on the counter, similar to Sayaka, but like with burn. That sounds good. What are we gonna put on here? Sure. No, not this one. Oriko. Oriko is usually the best one. 25% weakness multiplier is just really fucking good, because not many characters have weakness multiplier that they buff to other characters. So it's usually something that you are still able to put a lot of stuff into. Hold up. I should get more attack for this. Yeah, why am I not putting more attack on Oriko for her support Kyoku stats? That's way more important. Anyway. So here's my dark team. Now, I also need to do something with Crystallis. Let's put some Crystallis on this character. Maybe we even get the EX, which is actually possible. Okay, we didn't get it. So, this, I mention this every single time, but the Crystal that doesn't say A or S, just the regular Crystal has a chance of doing the EX. Because it's any Crystallis. However, the one that's a guaranteed S cannot give you EX, and neither can the one that's guaranteed A, because they're A or S, so they can't give you the EX one. Okay, let's see what we got. So for her, we're gonna put in the EX, which Sally didn't get. We're gonna put in... What else is gonna need? Speed. Oh yeah, she needs speed, because she needs to hit as hard, as often as possible. So I'm gonna put speed here. She wants to get as many turns as possible. What else do we have? Crit rate could be good. Yeah, I guess we could put crit rate, but I would probably put something else there later. MP rate would be fine as well. But crit rate, yeah, crit rate is fine. You want a Void 4-star that doesn't consume SP, but it gives SP on battle skill if the enemy has a buff. It steals and gives it to others. That sounds way too crazy for a 4-star. What the fuck? I don't think it's that far out there to have a 4-star that doesn't use skill points. You could, for example, have a 4-star character that doesn't cost SP to use their skill, but uses HP to use their skill. And then maybe that character could actually be more powerful the lower HP they have. So they burn their HP to do more damage, and they're a low rarity unit, and they're called Arlan in Honkai Star Rail, and they're the worst 4-star unit in the entire game that has been voted many, many times as the worst character in the entirety of Star Rail. But you could do that. I'm saying you could do that, right? Okay, let's explain how Kanae works. Let's see. Super excited when they release a unit for Himena. Himena could potentially have some crazy shit in there. Although I don't think that you can really put her unique magic into her skill, like, at all. I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, so this is how Kanae works. Kanae is really important because she's not a limited unit, which means that her skill does not apply a unique buff or a unique debuff. No, it does not do that. Not Alan catching strays on a etc. stream. Nope, it is. Alan has caught strays all his life, and he's gonna continue catching strays. That's why he's always on low HP. So the way that Kanae works is that you use your skill, and it decreases enemies' defense, and makes them take more crits. And that's really important. You want your enemy to take more crits. Why? Because passively, whenever Kanae crits an enemy, she makes the enemy take more damage, and then also gives them a stacking defense down debuff, right? And it also gives them more speed. So you basically give yourself more speed and make the enemy take more damage whenever you crit. So you want to crit every single hit, which means that yes, with the skill, you already make it so that Kanae herself crits the enemy more often, but also everyone else crits the enemy more often. And then on top of that, if an enemy has 2 or more debuffs, which by the way, the skill applies to debuffs, so if you just apply your skill, you then also gain another 20% crit rate on Kanae, so you're sitting at 50% crit rate. 50% crit rate just from her own stuff. Awesome. And then the special also buffs everyone's special attack damage against that enemy, removes a buff, which is pretty darn good, and then also makes the enemy take more breakage depletion. So you're both weakening the enemy a lot and making the enemy take more damage by hitting the enemy with your skill, with your special attack, and by critting the enemy. And you're also providing some utility like increased breakage depletion and removing enemy buffs. So she does a little bit of everything, and she helps your team do more damage, not just through damage amplification like defense down or damage increase, but also by making your team crit the enemy more often. So yeah, she provides a lot of really interesting things, but it's not like she provides one thing so much that she becomes overpowered, right? Like her actual damage amplification isn't actually that high, right? Like her defense down and her damage taken up and everything is not actually that high. So it's not like she like has a really high amount of damage amplification. It's around as much as Ren does. But Ren of course does it to 3 characters at once, like 3 enemies at once. But Kanae only does it to 1 enemy, but it's about as much as Ren does. But yeah, being able to crit the enemy more often, removing buffs, more break gauge depletion, it's just a nice selection of bonus stuff. Then her support ability makes a debuffer faster on crit, and bonus damage to 1 debuff, which it's not actually that good. I think it's about average. I said in the news, but I think it's actually a really bad one. I think it's actually a really bad support ability, so you're probably not going to use this. This sounds really bad. Even if, because the thing is, there are other, like a lot of other support Kyoku give way more than 10% speed, and this is only on a crit that you give 10% speed. Other ones give like 20% or 25%. This is way less than that. And damage dealt to enemy for 1 debuff, you also have that on other support Kyokus. So it's really not that great, sadly. Kind of looking for breakless teams? Oh, absolutely. You could have Kanae and then Swimsuit Sayaka on the team, because Swimsuit Sayaka also makes the enemy take more break gauge depletion through the skill. 20%. I actually have it at Ascension 5, so it's actually 26%. So this is at Ascension 4, it's 26%. And then if Kanae is at Ascension 4, that's another 26%. That's 52% more break gauge depletion. 52% more break gauge depletion for the entire team probably gives you so much break gauge depletion, it's as if you had a breaker, even if the team doesn't have a breaker. That's actually kind of insane. But of course, if you do have a breaker, wow, that's a lot of break gauge depletion. That enemy is gonna explode immediately. So yeah, maybe you can be water because of her lore. I think it's gonna be void. I think it's absolutely gonna be void. I'm pretty certain. I mean, just falling into the ocean. Actually, she didn't even fall into the ocean. She fell onto a cliff. So I don't actually know. You never played Micro Record? I feel like I severely missed out on everything. Gameplay-wise, you didn't. Just as a video game, you really did not miss out on much by missing out on My Record. Because as a video game, I think My Record was actually really bad. As a video game, it was about as fun to play as Fake Grand Order, and I think Fake Grand Order is boring as fuck to play. Like, absolutely fucking. I played Fake Grand Order for like 3 or 4 years, but the gameplay fucking sucked in that game. My Record was more fun than Fake Grand Order, but not by much. Etc. on the other hand, Etc. actually plays like a really fun game. Like, I actually really like the gameplay of Etc. Like, I think it's really fun. Kanae is not great in PvP. Most characters are not great in PvP, to be fair. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do this every single day. Every single day I stream, I gotta show off my PvP team because I just want to. I want to show off my PvP team every single day. Oh my god, Defender and everything. Oh my god, this is gonna be really powerful. I'm just gonna let this play out. Okay, what else do we have? I remember when she was released in Mega Record, I was so disappointed she was just a generic Aqua Element buffer. You mean Himena? Yeah, there was not much you could do in Mega Record anyway. Sadly. Gucha Gucha, and the enemy is dead as fuck. She and you definitely Void and Dark. Yeah. I think the game's gonna last a lot longer than Mega Record. Mega Record lasted 6 years, I think this game is gonna last even longer. Like Kanae's one-word special attack name and his battle skill name. That's a really cool name. In Japanese, the name for Kanae's special is Muishiki, which literally means no thinking. Or no thought. Which of course in English is just thoughtless. But yeah, I really like it. So yeah, this is an Ascension 5 Sayaka who has protected her team. Ascension 5 Sayaka still doesn't survive. Like, even Ascension 5 Sayaka fucking dies really hard. Wouldn't Ren want her as a support? There's better debuffer supports for Ren. Like, I think Swimsuit Sayaka, I think is better. I think it's another one that's also really good. I'm not quite sure. Also, keep in mind, Ren doesn't care about speed at all. Like, Ren really doesn't want speed in any way. She doesn't care. If elemental weaknesses ever fire, water, and dark, you can have Kanae, Miffy, Tsuruno, Yachio, and Rika would be the ideal team. Sounds fantastic. Although I'm not sure about Rika because, you know, it's 4-star. But yeah, sounds good. I remember doing some shit with a friend if you tied up. Oh yeah, no, you and she were basically describing in their diary about how they were doing like BDSM, bondage play, and also like cutting each other up and giving each other scars, you know, as part of like sexual acts and everything. Like, that story was written by Doro Inu, and you can tell that it was not written by the regular writers because that story went places, okay? That story was fucking crazy. Yeah, that's the story of you and she. Oh my god, this place. Holy shit. Are you seeing this? What the fuck is this? That's fucking crazy. Wait a minute. Who is the witch for this? I just assumed you were getting Rebecca? Is this Rebecca's Labyrinth? I didn't even check. I didn't even check who we're getting as the witch for this. I didn't look it up yet. I did not see the boss yet. Is this Rebecca? Or who the fuck is this? The Critic Witch? The fuck? Wait a minute, what? Raspberry? Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, this is a witch that they specifically put into the anime for the Kanae scene, right? Wasn't this specifically? No, wait, no, the Kanae was Oshiti. I think, was Raspberry for the Mel scene? But yeah, no, this is I think it's an anime original witch for Mario Record that they did for one of the flashback scenes. It might have been Mel, actually. Yeah, no, I think Kanae was Oshiti. Which Oshiti is also an anime original witch. So that's, yeah, you know, I'm seeing it right now on the wiki page. This was the original witch for Mel. And then Oshiti was the original witch for Kanae. I did not expect that. I did not expect them to get anime original witches before the actual manga record witches, because there's still like 6 or 7 manga record witches that were in like arc 1 that we haven't seen so far. There's like Rebecca, there's Stacy, there's the baby stroller one, there's the water one. I forgot what the water one is called, but yeah, it's like a whole bunch of them. This is genuinely so Castoris in Honkastaria. Am I gonna get a global fucking pass that revives my team? Okay, I had to get that out. Was they gonna set Nagisa made you instead of some super happy magical girl? Nagisa is fucking insane, by the way, in Manga Record. Manga Record Nagisa is not like the Nagisa that people think she is. The 5-star Rika. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, you've been the 5-star Rika for their team earlier. They were talking about the healer. Background is freaking beautiful. Yeah, the background is insane. The boss is a surprise one. Ooh, so the boss is not actually Raspberry. Huh. Interesting. I guess there's only one thing to do. We actually gotta go and check out the main story and actually see what that witch is. Just recently, Rebellion. Rebellion's gonna be for anniversary. Paola? Oh, that's not the water one I was thinking of. That's a different water one. The one I was thinking of was the one with the keg of water. Like it's like a tower with a keg of water, and then it like pours the keg of water onto you. That's the one I was thinking of. I forgot the name of that one. But that's like another Arc 1 witch. But Paola is also another witch from Arc 1 that is also themed around water. Paola, yeah, Paola is the rubber witch, the water one that I was thinking of. Wait, what was that actually called? Hold up, I can look it up right now. The one I was thinking of is Durba. The one I was thinking of is Durba. So, by the way, let me actually, while I have the page open, let me go through all the witches that we actually don't have yet in Manga Record Arc 1, even though they were in the game. Okay? I'm gonna show it. Hold up. Let me show it. Display capture. And then this. I want to show it off. Okay, so we are still missing Teresa. the way this witch attacks, by the way, can you show it? So this is actually a giant pendulum. So the way this witch works, it twists its head and then it swings the pendulum around. So it's like a pendulum right here. That's interesting. So we don't have Teresa yet. We did get Candy. So we got Candy. We got both forms of Shitoro Yegomu. That's good. We got Zenobia. Good. We are missing Rebecca. I thought we were going to get Rebecca next because Rebecca is like an early game witch. We don't have Rebecca yet. Right? Yeah, we don't have Rebecca yet. We don't have Stacy. We don't have Stacy yet either. Okay, so we're missing Stacy. We're missing Shin. That's the baby doll witch, whatever that I was thinking about. So this is the witch of a... what does it say? Someone who was babysitting. It's like a babysitter. Basically, a babysitter witch. Okay, so we're missing Shin. We're missing Durba. That's the one I was thinking of. That like the Tower of Water is like that's kind of the thing. So we're missing this one. Missing Durba. We did get Paola. We did get Paola, the rubber witch. We do actually have them. We're missing Lucy. We're also missing Lucy. That's another Arc 1 witch that we still not. There's so many witches in here that we didn't get. Technically, we could get Etela. But the thing is, Etela, as you know whose witch this is. You know whose witch this is. Okay? I don't need to say it out loud. It's Mel's witch. Maiden Iroha is an anime original witch. That's not a real witch. Technically, like that's actually not a real witch. That's, this is Oshiti. Oshiti is fun. Because that's Oshiti. Oshiti is really, really fun. Isn't Lucy technically an Arc 2 witch? Possible? I think she was from the Green Jasper Diviners, which, yes, I guess is technically Arc 2, even though it actually came out before Arc 2. So yeah, this is Oshiti. This is Raspberry right here. So this is Raspberry. Boxwood is another anime original witch. Right? So you have Boxwood from the anime. Let me go in here. Then we have Neo Dorothy Motherfucker. Yeah, the game files for the rune omits the last part of the rune name from Season 3, Episode 4 of the anime. Full name, Neo Dorothy Motherfucker. That's in the runes. That the witch runes, the actual witch runes that appear on screen, say Motherfucker. I'm not kidding. And there's also other witch runes that pop up next to the witch that say something like fuck and shit. So yeah, Neo Dorothy Motherfucker is pretty cool. This is another anime only witch, yeah. And then Mario, whatever this one's called, I can't reach that. I can't read that. But yeah, this is, I think, Arc 2, and I think the rest is Arc 2. Yeah, the rest of the stuff is Arc 2. You have 10 to the power of minus 43. Yes, that's the actual name, 10 to the power of minus 43, which is the symbol witch. Probably the most powerful witch in the entirety of Madoka Mágica. So yeah, the most powerful witch in the entirety of Madoka Mágica looks like this. And size-wise, that is an actual castle. So she's like as big as an actual skyscraper. She's way taller than Walpurgisnacht. Walpurgisnacht's maybe like half as tall as this, maybe. And then you have, of course, Sara Mirabilis, also known as Winchester, which is maybe the second most powerful, or tied with the most powerful witch. So yeah, both Symbol Witch and Mirror Witch are probably the most powerful witches in all of Madoka Mágica. We also have these, which I think are anime original. Not quite sure. And technically just a reskin of Candy, but Matasaburo is also really important. Really, really important. This is one of the most important witches, because this is the witch of Kuro, and Kuro's spirit protects Muemura during the Muemura beach event. The reason I'm saying all of this is because this is not going to happen in etc., because this is like some Muemura swimsuit event, which I don't think they're going to put in etc., so this is like Manga Record only stuff that you have to like go out and find somewhere. But yeah, Kuro's spirit protects Muemura from the afterlife. That's really cool. Now here's also some cool stuff. There's a bunch of Uwasa that also weren't in the game. Like, we didn't actually fight the Uwasa of the breakup staircase. This is another boss. We didn't actually fight this at all in etc. So this is another boss that's missing in etc. We did fight the horse, but we did not fight the Misery Riton. This is also another Uwasa that we didn't fight. So we didn't fight that at all. We did not fight the Memory Curator. That's another Uwasa we didn't fight. We didn't fight the Flower Speaker. That's another one. We didn't fight the Soldier Bear. Soldier Boy ran in. Oh, we didn't fight the Queen Bear, or the Bear Tree, if you want to call it that. We didn't fight this thing either. And yeah, we didn't fight the Kamihama Saint. Technically, Like, technically, this is a separate being from Holy Mummy, because we only fought Holy Mummy, but there's another boss fight against the against the Kamihama Saint, which technically there was no separate fight against the Kamihama Saint, so technically we didn't fight that. We didn't fight Uwasa Tsuruno either. So yeah, there were a bunch of both bosses that are witches and Uwasa that we just never actually fought, even though they're like Arc 1. So Arc 1 is still missing like at least 10 bosses. So yeah, you can kind of tell why it's kind of weird that we jumped to an anime original witch when I just told you so many witches and Uwasa that are not actually in the game yet, even though they were part of Arc 1. So that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. You used to really like drawing Shin, the babysitter witch, because you really like the theory she became a witch because she lost one of the kids she was watching or something like that. Yeah, that's a really that's a witch that has like a really cool backstory behind it. That's really nice. So I think I'm seeing something. Hold up. Oh man, seeing something right now. Okay, this is not Byleth, I think, just joined as a member, thank you very much. So it shows up as a join on my dashboard, but it didn't play a sound. And I can't fix that right now, sadly. So I'm sorry there was no sound that played alongside that. Usually there's a little sound that plays. Anyway, me personally, I think it's Winchester is the most powerful and not Symbol Witch. It depends. It depends on which version. Right? Is it the version of Winchester from the very end of Arc 2? Or is it the version of the Symbol Witch at the very end of Arc 2? Or is it before the end of Arc 2? Like, at which point are we talking about, right? Are they powered up? Are they not powered up? Right? I don't know. You can kind of split hairs on who you're talking about at that point. It's also debatable if Kriemhild Gretchen that spawned from Madokami is more powerful, because you see at the very end in episode 12, you have, of course, the Gretchen that spawns from Madokami, who is like as big as the entire planet Earth. We do not know how powerful that witch actually is. We only know that it's really big and tall, and it's probably very powerful, but we don't really know, because we don't see that witch doing anything. We don't know how powerful that version of Gretchen actually is. But we know what the Symbol Witch did, and we know what the Mirror Witch did, and we know that both the Symbol Witch and the Mirror Witch almost broke reality and were like traveling through both space and time, and were like messing up the space-time continuum in like really fucking crazy ways, and almost like erased history and shit, and did like some fucking really crazy shit. So we at least know that both the Mirror Witch and the Symbol Witch are like fourth dimensional beings in a way, almost. So we don't know how powerful Gretchen's witch is, but we do know for a fact that both the Symbol Witch and the Mirror Witch are fucking absurdly powerful. Wonder why they skipped those bosses from the record Arc 1. Well, first off, welcome to the stream, Will Gamer Panda, and everyone who's joined in the meantime, since I know a lot of people have joined in the meantime since then. I think the main reason why is because a lot of these bosses, they take a long time to make. Like making a boss that has like its own animation and its own labyrinth, because you need to make a labyrinth for it as well. You need to make its own environment, multiple environments for the different levels, right? You need the music, you need the minions and the familiars and everything, and the animations and how it reacts to everything. There's so much that goes into making even just one boss in this game, because of everything else that comes alongside it, that I can very much understand why they didn't make so many yet, because it's just so much work. They're gonna make them eventually, right? I'm pretty certain they're gonna make them eventually, just because there's so many of them that, yeah, it's easy pickings to just say, hey, we need a new boss. Instead of making up a new boss, let's just take one that already exists from my record and make that a new boss, right? So eventually they're all gonna be here. But they're taking their time because of how much work it is. I think they didn't want to do bosses that have too hard 3D bottles to wake. I think eventually they will go and make all of those bosses. For example, Nameless AI is a boss that's actually really difficult, I think, to actually put into 3D in a way that looks good. Because it's really easy to make it look bad, I think. Oh, the horrible bear tree. Yeah, the bear tree was one of the worst bosses in the entirety of my record. The Bear Tree Uwasa... The Bear Tree Uwasa had a really stupid thing, which is that the boss had like AoE attacks that had a random chance to stun. So the boss could just randomly stun your entire team. And there's nothing you could do about it. The boss could just do that. And it sucked really bad. It sucked really bad. Already happened. I think I want to talk about something earlier as well regarding Maga record. It's heinous. And that is what I want to talk about earlier is regarding Nagisa in Maga record. So Nagisa in Maga record, it's kind of weird. Let's actually do this team. So Nagisa in Maga record, you have the version of Nagisa that exists in the Law of Cycles. That's the same one in Rebellion, right? So you have Law of Cycles Nagisa that we also saw in Rebellion. But then you also have the version of Nagisa that actually exists within the universe of Maga Record. So this is Maga Record Nagisa. And Maga Record Nagisa does not survive long enough to become a playable character. But after we see what happens to Maga Record Nagisa, we then, of course, follow the story of Law of Cycles Nagisa, right? So then it's just Law of Cycles Nagisa, which is the same Nagisa that we saw in Rebellion. And then this Nagisa goes on some adventures within the universe of Maga Record. So here's the thing. Nagisa, as the way people might imagine her to be like as a character from what they saw from Rebellion. Like, you watch Rebellion and you think to yourself, I know what kind of character Nagisa is. She's like the mascot character, right? Maybe she's kind of wholesome, right? Maybe she's very friendly, but she's a bit mysterious, right? But because of the way she looks and acts, you think that she's just a cutesy, wholesome, very friendly, and morally good character. All of these things you probably think to yourself just because of the way she looks like, right? This is Cognitive, this is not Cognitive, so don't worry about it. But, that's not what she's like at all in Maga Record. In Maga Record, she acts like an absolute fucking nihilistic brat. She's very much a nihilistic brat in Maga Record. She's not wholesome. She's not even a good person, like, morally. She threatens to kill some people. And she does it in a way that makes me believe, like, yeah, she would have totally fucking done it. She absolutely would have totally done it. Like, Maga Record Nagisa would absolutely shank some bitches if it came down to it, right? But because that's the Law of Cycles Nagisa, that's technically the same Nagisa as in Maga Record, as in Rebellion, I mean, right? So maybe the Rebellion Nagisa, or just generally the Nagisa that we think of, is actually a lot more brutal and, like, cold-hearted than we think, right? It's kind of a baddie, actually. But yeah, and I wonder, once this Nagisa actually comes into etc., like, not just the Nagisa as we see her in Rebellion, right? But the Nagisa from Maga Record stories, like the Arc 2 stories or the Arc 1 stories that had Nagisa in them. Once those stories come to etc., I wonder if they're gonna keep that personality the same. And if that personality stays the same, I wonder how many people that were like die-hard Nagisa fans that didn't know this about her character, that just thought she was just this wholesome mascot, are they going to have a rude awakening when suddenly Nagisa talks about, you're the Hotsure, so I'm gonna have to erase you from reality and kill you. It's for the good of the universe, right? And she just goes around telling people that she's gonna have to kill them because she just has to. Like, people are gonna be weirded out by that. People do not have that image of Nagisa in their head. She did make her wish specifically to hold over her mom so that she could have saved her from dying but didn't. To be fair, that is the Maga Record version of Nagisa and not the Rebellion version of Nagisa. Like, those are actually different people. But it's possible. It's possible that the Rebellion Nagisa made, or the Law of Cycles Nagisa. It's possible the Law of Cycles Nagisa, or rather all the different versions of Nagisa, they all made that kind of wish. It's possible they didn't. It's also possible they did, like, we don't know. if the Mago Record Nagisa was like a special version that was like a bit different than all the other Nagisas. We don't actually know that. She was already kind of evil in Scene Zero story that was shown. To be fair, that's also not Nagisa. That's like a different Nagisa. For some fucking reason, every single time Nagisa appears like a completely different Nagisa. So you have Law of Cycles Nagisa, you have Mago Record Nagisa, and then you have Scene Zero Nagisa, which are not just like the same character in a different timeline. They're actually completely different characters, like entirely different characters. It's not just like one Homoda in different timelines, right? No, they're actually different people. They just happen to be called Nagisa. It's kind of weird. It's actually kind of weird. And we don't know which Nagisa will be in Exalta, because we could get Mago Record Nagisa, we could get Law of Cycles Nagisa, or we could get Shiny Nagisa from Scene Zero, because Shiny Nagisa from Scene Zero is a completely different person. So that might be kind of crazy. I think it's just gonna be Law of Cycles Nagisa. I'm pretty certain it's just gonna be Law of Cycles Nagisa, and that's it. And that's all we're gonna get. We're not gonna get Mago Record Nagisa, we're not gonna get Shiny Nagisa, I'm pretty certain. Scene Zero Nagisa was justifiably freaking out. Yeah, so like Scene Zero Nagisa is kind of its own can of worms because of how different that kind of character is. She's not even a human anyway, so yeah, that's kind of weird. Hope it's Mago Record Nagisa, we can get the Nagisa event story, because that means we get to see you. I do hope we get to see a lot of you. First appearance Nagisa, do you mean Mago Record Nagisa with that? Or do you mean Rebellion Nagisa? So they're two different, entirely different people. Anyway, what are we looking at? Oh yeah, we're killing some familiars right now. I wasn't even really paying attention to the game. Nagisa from the new movie. I don't actually think there's going to be much with the new movie. Like, sure, there might be some special bonuses, like login bonuses and missions, something like that. Maybe some special banners, but not new characters and not a window, right? Like, I don't think, at least as far as the main characters go, I don't think we're gonna get like a Kaiten version of a character right away. We might get one of these side characters maybe, but even that probably not, right? I don't actually think there will be much new content for Kaiten. Like, definitely not a window. There will not be a window for Kaiten. At least as long as Kaiten is in the theaters, there's not gonna be a Kaiten window, because why the fuck would they make a Kaiten window while it's running in the theater? So I don't think, yeah. Like, at most, you might get one of the PMHQ, like Kaiten, Sayaka, or whatever. And that's it. That's all you're getting for maybe like a year or something. Until the movie has run its course, until it's been in all the theaters, it's been in all the different countries. It has sat for a while. And then maybe a year after that. Maybe like a year after Kaiten. Maybe then they're gonna actually put Kaiten stuff into etc. Right? So I don't really expect much for Kaiten and etc. Somehow I mentioned Elohim Nagisa being so different from Magreko iteration because she isn't bound by mortal circumstances and the fate of being a witch. Yeah, they're kind of completely different characters in my eyes, at least. Just as point that Sayaka is going to be important, something? I don't actually think so. I think the Kaiten will mostly be about the fake Homura, whoever that fake Homura is. I have a feeling that the real Homura will actually not show up very often in Kaiten. Because I think in Kaiten we've seen maybe one, maybe two scenes. Across all Kaiten trailers, I think we've maybe seen two scenes that, in my opinion, show the real Homura. And I think maybe like 10 or so scenes that show fake Homura. So I think real Homura is going to be missing for most of the movie, is my guess, actually. Brute force it with ultimate Madoka. If you have like a really high ascension character, you can brute force basically everything, but I assume you don't have ultimate Madoka at high ascension. Hope they had a path because the number of standard characters is overflowing. What do you mean with path system? Can you explain what you mean with that one to me? So I'm not quite sure I understand.
逃がさない。パイはどうかしら。いい加減にしろ。
Valentine Mummy? I don't think we're gonna get Valentine Mummy.
この勝利は現実
Kanae just swore? I wasn't listening. Did she say Xo or something like that? Because I don't know if that counts. I wish where you have a bigger chance to get 5-star you wish for? Huh. You got 4 4th place draws from lottery. Offsets your spending with center side. That sounds good.
記憶の光に小さくも難しい。
Nice, we're no longer rank Iroha. You're rank Irokyu now. Well, this team that I have, isn't it like entirely a single target team? Yeah. You play on PC client or emulator? I am indeed playing on a PC client, Steam to be exact. Yeah, I only just now realized this team is entirely single target. Donk. So the thing about Xo in Japanese is that you could translate it as shit, but you could also just translate it as just damn. Or something that's not quite as powerful, right? Like, as far as something that is dedicated as a swear word, Japanese doesn't really have that. It's just not that kind of language. What do you think will the next doppel character be? Good question. Holy Aina does not count as a doppel character. Yeah, it could be Achio, I'm not sure about that though. I want double Aina. Just have all Dorothy hang out on her back, sure, why not? All Dorothy Aina would be cool. What do you mean that would mean we would have like more Ainas than mummies? I wouldn't mind having more Ainas than mummies. I think that would be good. Oh my god, it's actually the boss now. So it's not gonna be a Raspberry. So who's it gonna be? It's gonna be a repeat probably. It's nothing. It doesn't even have a witch. They're saving something then. Maybe they wanted to make Raspberry but couldn't finish it in time? That's possible. Wait a minute, what is that mechanic then? Hold up. We're not in break until anyway. Let me take a look. Damage increases based on how many allies are present. An enemy taking at least 1 damage a set number of times deals dark damage. Okay, so it follows up with stuff. Can apply wound. Yeah, they want you to use AoE. Right? On crit, damage taken by allies a set number of times increases damage taken, increases breakage depletion. Yeah. I see. I don't have AoE. I'm gonna get a different team for this. Yeah, those are her arms. That's kind of weird. Isn't this the new tower mechanic? I haven't been in tower yet. But probably, yeah. Let's actually use a different team for Nightmare. Boom. If you want to see the 3D cutscene, you're gonna have to play it yourself. I'm sorry. Nightmare isn't even dark. Why would they do that? Why would they do that when we just got Kanae release? What? What are the devs on? Okay, we gotta do Mem Sparks. Fire and water, that does sound like Sakurako. Will they ever release a new Forza Kyoko? Probably on anniversary would be my guess, but yeah, they absolutely will.
ずっしりしててどうしようってなってたらずっしりをそれは取られたんじゃなくて詰まるところそう君は誰かに支えてもらう感覚それは頼れるなあ私は一人だと永久がいるからだからどうしたんだ私僕と君は君が一方的に支えられている、確かに今はでも気にするいずれ成長した君にたっぷそれでもちろん
Yay, character growth, wow.
それじゃあ僕は
Yeah, Sakurako is gonna be the best choice for this.
君のおかげでプエラピクトゥーラ
Buena pictura, she's at the meme. I don't think Tower's dark either. Then we're not gonna be able to play dark. What? Yeah, we're not gonna be able to play dark then. At least I was able to snipe the boss. That means that accounts for something. Well, where is Kanae? There she is. One slumber, that's the important part.
喧嘩のためじゃない。守るための力。
Might as well do this.
私はユキのかなえ。よろしく。
Is it clear with Yachi and Nightmare? Yeah, it shouldn't, like, Nightmare is not really, shouldn't be difficult anymore. Like, basically, if you can get this far in Nightmare, you probably shouldn't have any issues with anything anymore. There hasn't been many 4-star medals yet. I think it's only been like a grand total of 8, so I don't know. Okay. Now we play in quotation marks, and I really put big quotation marks on play battler mode. Much as you can play it. We need more 3 stars? Okay, I don't think we need 3 stars, to be fair. Like, I think it's okay if we never get more 3 stars. There's not really much point to it. Okay, let me get a fire water team now. First off, Sakurako. Then we're gonna put Tsuruno. Water. Oh yeah, let's put it in here. What else do we have? Let's just use this one. And then this. Sure. Sounds good. What else do we have? These are now buffers. More crit, please. And then you can follow up or counter attack. Oh yeah, we have follow up attack damage. That's good. And then you can take this or something. I think the rest is okay already. Yeah, good enough. That sounds good, but we're gonna skip everything again. We make 4 stars of Natsuki, Kako, Konoha, and Meiyui. Yeah, they don't have 4 stars for some reason. Momura might be good. Yeah, Momura's overrated. Unless you mean as a support, because yeah, as a support he's always really good. You just get all characters in the future, maybe like bring a character in combination with like a bonus effect. I don't think that's necessary. I mean, it's fine for some characters to fall off after some time. I don't think every character needs to be relevant all the time. In fact, that would actually be kind of boring. Because if every character was relevant forever, that means that you would not need to roll or like want to roll even for newer characters. And that'd be kind of weird. I do like the fact we get to hear music at least. Then here you can use Sakurako plus Christmas. Yeah? You got tricked when battle ammo went from 20,000 to 50,000. Shouldn't be an issue though, because you actually get a lot of party power very quickly at some point. Speaking about party power, when is the next level cap increase? I've been seeing level 120 for a while now. When's level 150? Come on, give us high level. All the way up there. The only one foster was of the spin-off character, so there's a way to get an unlimited version of every match you go. I can see that, yeah. The way that I see it though is when we're talking about new characters, like characters that haven't been put into the game yet, whenever a new character is put in that is not a 5-star, let's say for example they put in Kanae as a 4-star instead, all of the people that like Kanae would have been really sad. Like all the Kanae fans would have been really sad if she was a 4-star and not a 5-star, right? Now if she already was a 5-star and then she gets a 4-star version, that's a different thing, right? But to have a character that only exists as a low rarity version, that would be kind of sad. More name sparks, yes. Gems.
なんとなく記憶の光どれだけね。
What happened to transformation scenes? They were too expensive, I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain that actually most of Migrator's budget actually went into the transformation sequences. Simply because they're so much more expensive than everything else in that game. Hey, welcome to the stream, Marco Antonio. How's it going? Okay, this should be doing pretty well for Christmas, for Nightmare. So Nightmare mode should absolutely get destroyed by this team. Even though 3 of those characters are like Ascension 0. Actually, Marika is Ascension 1, I think, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. Look at this. Bling. Yeah, I did a general character tier list just a few weeks ago. Not that long ago, I think. Are you not watching every single video that I do? Come on. That's a lot of buffs my team is getting. Jesus. After Halloween Island? Was it not? Was it that long ago? I thought it was before, after that, huh? I guess it was longer ago than I thought. Yeah, Mappa 2 was not on there, I remember that. Nice. Yeah, Sakurako can be pretty good. Like, Sakurako scales pretty well, but at like lower levels or lower investment, she's really not that good. But at higher investment, she can hit pretty darn hard. So we have this main story on Nightmare, and then we still have the tower afterwards. So yeah, we're still gonna have to do the tower after this. It was very good to help me build my characters. Yeah. Thank you for watching my videos, and it's nice to hear that I was able to help you. There will be, of course, a character review video with Kanae. Sadly, I can't show off Kanae on the score attack, because there is no score attack right now, because usually when a new character releases, there's also a score attack that I can use to show off the character, but yeah, there isn't any right now. At least there's no new one. I think the old one is still running. I don't know if that one's weak to dark, though. I'll have to check. What do you think of Western World so far? It's great. It's really good. I like it. I haven't read part 2 of course yet, because I've just started it. But part 1 was pretty good. They don't score that for actual main story campaign. Yeah, sadly that's true. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. I did not eat enough. Bonk. Eat the Fumo? I'm not gonna eat the Fumo. That Fumo is Yuma. That Fumo is gonna eat me. I didn't check the portrait. I assume it's not gonna be that great, because most portraits that have released recently were really not that good. The portrait system really needs a change, or like an addition, because there's like 4 or 5 portraits in the entire game that are like really good, and then all of them have like maybe 1 or 2 portraits that are similar to that portrait but slightly worse. And that's all the portraits that matter. So there's only like 10 or so portraits in the entire game that even matter. And the entire rest of the portraits you could just throw away and it wouldn't change anything. So it's entirely pointless. Like, the entire portrait system is really pointless right now. At least it seems like this team is pretty darn good at beating this main story, but Nightmare hasn't been difficult in a really, really long time. Right, limit portraits to daily usage. What? That sounds stupid. Maybe use it so you can use more than one portrait or character. Yeah, even that wouldn't do much though. They just need more crazy portraits, or a way of interacting with the portrait system in other ways. I'm not sure what, but they just need to come up with something. Yeah, I also want more Chaos Bosses. Where the fuck are all the Chaos Bosses? They're really cool. I like Chaos Bosses a lot. Was with Evo the last BS Nightmare boss? Yeah. The Dog Witch didn't quite require 4 breakers, but yeah, the Dog Witch was kind of weird. Does the Symbol Witch have any story relevance? Right now, no. In the future, definitely. Like, I do think that Symbol Witch might be like the final boss of etc. Is my guess at least. But none of that is in the game yet, so we have to wait. The guy is your solo defender Sayaka. Just a really good solo defender Sayaka can solo most of the game. Like my Sayaka can solo most of the game. At a certain level of investment, she just becomes kind of a beast. Yeah, all these fights are not really that big of an issue with this team. And 3 of these characters are Ascension 0. It's just Nightmare has lost his sting, really. I know back in my day, Nightmare actually used to be difficult. The game seems to be going at a healthy pace. Oh yeah, the game is going great overall. I think the developers are doing a pretty good job. Like, I've seen a lot of gacha games in my life that I've played. Well over 20, maybe around 30 gacha games that I've played in my life and followed for a bit. And etc. is up there as one of the best. And also, like, in the way it's being handled, in the way it's updating everything, in the way the developers are reacting, it's like up there as one of the best, so it's pretty good. Wish she had Kanae, but she's standard, it's gonna wait until Valentine's. Yeah, that's totally reasonable. A limited will be there. I don't think there will be a limited for Valentine's, but it's also not impossible. Okay, there we go. That's another one of these follow-up attacks. Bam. What happened to the infinite combo? I'm pretty certain the devs know about it, but it still works as far as I know. You can still totally do it. If you're on the Battle Cats as a gacha game, it's alright. I didn't find it very interesting to play, but it's alright. I think it's cute. As far as just a game that's cute to look at, it's great. But it wasn't my cup of tea, like, gameplay-wise. How long do you all think we have to wait until Mario Part 2 drops? Maybe like an entire year, maybe 2 years. They are in no rush to do Arc 2 of Mario Record, because not only do they still have a fuck ton of Mario Record content from Arc 1 that they could put into the game, they also have a lot of other spin-offs, like Tata Maika, for example, that they could also do a whole bunch of stuff with. And they are also not technically finished with Oriko Magica either. So there's a lot of stuff that is still out there that they should be doing that is like more important than Arc 2. Arc 2 was never localized? Exactly, it was never localized as well. Yeah, Rebellion's gonna be next, so it's gonna be more Crescent Memoria next, it's gonna be Rebellion next, right? Then we might get Tartar Magica, maybe we're gonna get the last bit of Oriko Magica as well. Like, there's a lot of stuff on the horizon. There's really no rush to get to Arc 2. Should we have a follow-up from this? It really does go quite fast. Who would have thought that a hyper-buffed attacker that crits everything dead makes the fights go really fast? I don't even have to break them that much, really. Will you be wearing a proper suit to attend with Poison Rising? I don't have a proper suit. And even if I did, I wouldn't do it. What? I'm also not gonna be attending with Poison Rising anyway. I'm gonna watch it online from some rip or whatever, like everyone does. Simply because I can't just go out and watch it where I live anyway. It's either not available in my country, or if it is, it's gonna be only in English. Or in German, which would be the worst part. There's no fucking way that you get a original language but with subs to just run in a theater in some random place in Germany. That's not gonna happen. Which is better, Indica? Portrait MP recovery or HP recovery? Whatever you feel like you need more. Like, you can basically choose whatever and it should be fine. MP sounds pretty good though. Okay. Yeah, if you have enough HP recovery where you know your team is not going to die anyway, then of course the MP would probably be better. But if you have like a newer account that isn't level 120 on everything yet, etc., then you might actually need the HP recovery to just not die. Replace Dawn and Blow with Direct Plus. I don't think you pick any of the crit rate or crit damage crystals, even on Yachio. I think you still go attack and weakness percent on Yachio. We already have a lot of team slots. Personally, I wouldn't need more, but I can understand it, yeah. PvP is kind of stale. Every team rocks the who gets to move break first win strat. It's not like PvP was any more complex in my record. In fact, it was way less complex even in my record. Okay, we're almost at the boss. But first we got some mem sparks. PvP balancing with patches? Not really required. It's totally fine if PvP is completely unbalanced. It was entirely unbalanced in my record for its entire lifetime and people didn't really care much. So I don't really see a reason to change it. I think the boss is after this one? I didn't count. Psycho Technique. All these ads are dying before they get even broken. The actual next big thing that we should worry about, by the way, is something that people don't even have on their radar right now. This button right here. Do you see this? Have people forgot that there's still like a union battle feature that is not in the game yet? I think that's gonna be the next big thing actually. I think they are currently working on it. They're currently figuring out what it's gonna be. Maybe it's gonna be here by the time Anniversary comes around. It's possible. That Anniversary they're gonna announce whatever this big new feature is. But there's still gonna be another Union battle feature that we're still waiting for. I think it's gonna be similar to Link Rate, but specifically only for Unions. So this should be trivially easy, would be my guess, so I'm not entirely certain. So theoretically, so the guy gets stronger when there's more ads, and the guys get weaker if you destroy the ads. So you'd want to just survive the ads for a while. And then blow up the ads with AoE. So now I get a follow-up attack. It's okay. And now at the end of all of that, I can just do this. And I'm full HP again. They already said they're working on this thing. Yeah, they've been working on it for a while. So who knows when it's gonna happen. Also, I think all the ads just died. Okay. Also, I'm doing a lot of damage even though the thing is not even broken yet. Like, this thing is not broken yet, and the HP is moving down quite fast already. Guild PvP, it would suck. So I hope we don't see that. Bonk. Ren needs to be full HP, because if Ren is full HP, she does a lot more big gauge depletion. Does normal attack already do it? Normal attack is not good enough. Unless it didn't show it correctly, which is possible. So yeah, this boss is simple. Bonk. Here's another bonk. Yeah. More buffs. The healer is killing the boss. Awesome. The attack animation is kind of cute. Yeah. I would have loved to see Raspberry though. Probably next time. You want better home screen interaction with characters? It's possible they're working on it, because they did mention that people liked the home screen features a lot more than they thought people would. So that they are now working on more home screen related stuff. Bans in PvP would be insanely anti-whale. People pull for A4 Moe, A4 Maba just to not use them in PvP. Yeah, there wouldn't be a point to it. Not to mention, if there were bans in PvP, then just other characters would come in that are overpowered instead. Like, it doesn't change anything. Like, if you think that, oh, there's one character that's so powerful that all of PvP is now just all about using this character or not. If you ban that character, then another character is gonna be that kind of character. You ban that character, then another character is gonna be that kind of character. It's not gonna end. You have to ban every character in the entire game for there not to be this one character that's more powerful than everyone else. Like, come on. We know that wouldn't change anything. And yeah, so I hope they don't do bans. Then I just can't stop introducing herself every time we visit home screen. Why not? Sounds pretty good. Okay, let me get the red dots away. I don't need all these red dots. Don't need red dots. Good. Oh no, there's so many more red dots. The ones I still might, they don't change PvP, to be honest, yeah. Okay. Element ban, I don't think that would do much either. Generally, banning characters in any way, it's not going to do much. Come on. Now we have to look at some stuff. Always gotta look at stuff. Yeah. I would like 3 gems, please. Give me gems now. Yeah, got some gems. When do you think Demon Hormone is coming out? Probably around anniversary, which is end of March. Thoughtless. Which is quite possibly a reference to Corn. Corn. Roll that out. Actually, you probably don't want to do that. Yeah. New portraits. No one's ever gonna use. Oh, look at that. She's not a cat, though. And look at some witches, even though it's only the minion, sadly. Yep, just the minion of the critic witch. The witch is gonna be here at some point. It's not like she's never gonna be here. They have everything they need. They just need to make the witch now. Yeah. I think the devs not spending so much time on worrying about PvP is probably for the better. Okay, now we just got the tower. Tower is weak to the same kind of stuff, so we can actually just keep going with this. Awesome. Bizarre adventure. We thought we would get it in late September. There's no way we would have gotten Akumura in September. Or no, actually there was a chance we would get it for half anniversary. But yeah, that passed us by. The devs had different ideas. Sometimes you read the terms in the game you don't understand, like hit rate. I do hope it comes to Brazil at some point, but I have something for you. Hold on, once this battle is over. I can show you something once this battle is over. You think Exit will do collabs? Absolutely, at some point they will. But right now they have so much stuff to add that they don't really have time to do collabs. Okay. I bet Musume. No. We already have a horse girl. She's not in the game yet though. So, Antonio, if you want more help, you can go top right button, this thing up here, and then you can go to help. And then when you go to help, you can actually look through a lot of different words, like what is break gauge? What is break bonus? What are ailments, right? And you can look at all of the stuff in here. What is follow-up attack, counter-attack, shields, etc. And you can look through all of the stuff in here to see what all of this stuff is and how it works. And this will help you to see what all of the stuff does. Nice. Very helpful. Musume with an ice lob? Nah, they're not gonna have a ice lob in it. Not yet, at least. In the future, maybe, but not yet. Musume uses AI. I'm gonna have to play the realist for a second. About 80% of all big gaming companies use AI in some way or another. The actual number of companies that put it in the finished product is really low. Maybe it's only like 10% of companies that have AI content actually in the game. But if it comes to, is AI just somewhere used in game development, even if it's just for creating concept art that is not actually in the game, the number of companies that use it somewhere in game development is at least 80%. At least 80%. So saying, oh no, this game now has AI used somewhere in the game, doesn't mean anything anymore, sadly. It actually doesn't mean anything anymore. Like, yeah, every game now uses it. Every company uses it. AI is everywhere. That doesn't mean we should give up and stop fighting, of course. It just does mean that it's no longer a surprise. And you shouldn't treat it like a surprise, because everyone is using it. What? Ow. Oh no, they just wounded me. If only I had a character that could remove wounds from every single character on the field. With their special... Oh my god, look at that. Wow. You have to use LibreOffice ever seen a group docs AI to your writing? You should be able to turn that off though. If you know how. There's so many follow-up attacks and bonus attacks and everything that happen here. Additional turns, like Jesus. The enemy is getting absolutely peppered in turns. Feel bad for artists? Yeah. The bubble will burst soon though. Like, AI is not gonna go away, but at least companies will stop like being just really fucking brainless about it. And just randomly putting it everywhere for no fucking reason. And companies might actually start using their brain in regards to using AI once the bubble bursts. Well, Violet Lily, there's some things that even the most powerful AI in the world will not be able to do. And this is one of those things. It's very obvious, by the way, whenever you use a healer and not a defender. Because people, like, your characters do not drop low at all in HP if you have a defender. They only really drop low because you have a healer. Boss time! Oh, is Santarika holding your team? She's just good? What do we have here? She just heals decently well. Okay, what do we have? Grants reactions. So increases breakage depletion and decreases damage taken based on magic value when attacked. If 3 or more allies are attacked simultaneously, consumes 1 magic. When attacked, if less than 3 allies are attacked simultaneously, grants 1 magic. So you always want to do AoE or like least proximity. Defense increases for each attack increase not aligned with yours, okay? So basically always hit everyone at once. Okay, makes it difficult to defeat, decreases cases with taken magic. Each turn when attacked by not attacking an ally. Feels all at time. I feel like we've already seen this before. Yeah, because this is the one from last time. There's not even a new tower yet. This is the one from last time. That I almost forgot about. Because it went by really fast. I think last time we also used Sakurako for this, I'm pretty certain. There are a lot of witch design like that would really totally work as Pokemon. I don't think there's many Pokemon that look like that. I heard that the tower levels after this are really good with Ren, which that's something new. We've never seen that before. There's a tower level that's really good with Ren. That's a total new thing. I really needed to get special. There we go. Sadly, we don't have skill points now, but the boss is about to be broken, so we're good. Ow. Ow. We don't have skill points. I've been playing AI artists, half of them generate new characters, half of them refine the AI generated in a really useful form. Yikes. But that's just the reality now. That breaks? I'm gonna do this just to break. So sadly, because my Santa Saika is Ascension 0, all her buffs are running out really fast. So you have to rebuff a lot. But that's just the thing with using a low Ascension buffer. It's fine. Not a big deal. Ow. Good. Get that break bonus up. Yeah, and end it. I want a collaboration with Toho, which is never not gonna happen. But like, it's literally impossible. But that would be cool. It just would be cool. So I think we're just gonna use Ren for everything now. So I have a team specifically for Ren, and this team is gonna be really good. I think this team is gonna be absolutely fucking busted. Sona collab is a no-go, but they're collabing with everyone. Is Holy Mommy bad because her damage is kinda low and she hits random targets? Yeah, Holy Mommy's damage is very low, sadly, and also the random damage is not good either. Isn't Uyu of Element? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We have a defender. Because we have a defender, it doesn't matter. Mice has a magical goal or a witch? Yes. They're poisoning? Oh no. I didn't bring Rika. Wait, that poison did like no damage. That poison was like no damage. Oh, damage turns as in the poison gets stronger the longer the fight goes on. Yeah, the fight is not gonna go for very long. Assist? Oh, it's just heals. Could be worse. Yeah, this poison apparently gets stronger the longer the fight goes on, but the fight is not going to go for very long, so we're not going to see this poison do a lot of damage. Bonk. Bonk. Tsuzukimasu, what? Yeah, so I guess it's just a gimmick that doesn't do much. Nice. Yeah? One more no. Uyu is kind of busted. Uyu, I think, is one of the best characters in the game when she reaches Ascension 4, because then she generates a lot of fucking skill points. Like a lot of skill points without having to do anything. So everyone, if you have Ascension 4 or a higher Uyu, definitely use her whenever you can, because she's busted as fuck. Like, her damage buffs are really high, and she actually also provides a fuck ton of speed. She provides like 45% speed at Ascension 4, which is a lot. Like 45% speed passively to the entire team is a lot. That's about as much as Moonwater gives you. Like, she gives you as much speed as Moonwater. A lot of people don't realize that. Ah. Still a tiny bit sick, yeah.
続けます
Tsuzukima's bonk, and everyone dies.
やるよねもうぐっちゃぐちゃ
Like little gay kid says Tsuzukima's, millions dead.
ワンモアのわけ続けます
Bam. Like I think Jen is pretty good.
とやれるんです
I think so, at least. I think Jen is pretty good.
最強に恥じない結果だね
Yeah, we're going pretty quickly through this.
楽しませて
We're an actual wood chipper.
ワンモアのわけ
What I've to see in the game is them making labyrinths for the holy quintet's witches. Nothing's impossible. Like, specifically in etc., everything can happen. That's the special part about etc. I still see some people on Reddit or Twitter or Discord saying like, could this even happen? Like, could we even get this character or that character or whatever? Or could we even get this story because it doesn't fit in with the other stories? Or it doesn't fit in with the other characters?
やるよね
And it's like, dude, everything is possible, etc. We just got multiple alternate universes where, for example, there aren't magical girls, there's only sorceresses that make candy. Or there's the Christmas stories where with an alternate universe where there's no magical girls, but rather there's simply girls that, through people's belief in Santa Claus, get granted Christmas magic. Right? So people believe in Santa Claus, which gives Christmas magic, and the Christmas magic is then channeled through the girls, and that's Santa Sayaka and Santa Kyoko. Right? And crazy shit like that. Like, yeah, everything is possible. Absolutely everything.
今だ続けます
Debuffer, by the way, yeah. Swimsuit Sayaka also is a debuffer in the sense that she debuffs enemies' life and turns it into unlife.
ワンモアのわけ続けます
Is Aina usable at Session 0? Absolutely, she's still great even at Session 0. Aina is just that kind of character.
耐える逃げないでよ
Bonk. By the way, did you guys know
恥じない結果だね
that the YouTube account that I have for almost 20 years now, not the one that you're watching, not the one that everyone's watching right now, but my original YouTube account that was created like 2009 or something. I recently uploaded a video there,
せてるよね
and that video has gotten 37,000 views.
これが最強テクニック
That's quite a decent amount. And that video has been kind of popping off. But I'm not gonna tell you what kind of video that is or what that video is, but yeah. I'm active on more than just this channel. You want to get a tattoo using the witch runes? You just can't figure out what to say.
元気出そう
I think someone had a tattoo like that, I'm not sure.
もっとやれるんです
But yeah, that sounds pretty good.
耐える今だやるよねもうぐっちゃぐちゃ
Free skill point, give me another skill there.
ワンモアのわけ続けますだややるよねもうぐっちゃぐちゃ
More good, good.
ワンモアのわけ続けますキャそれ耐える
Nice.
逃げないでよ続けます
And now just say what is the channel? Well, you have to figure that out. There are ways of seeing what my actual old channel is.
続け
Wow,
ます
that was powerful. Good job, Cyrano.
もうぐっちゃぐちゃワンモアのわけ
Yeah, I think it's boss time now.
なるよね
That other channel, by the way, one of the other videos from that channel that I did like 5 videos ago or something in like 6 years ago. Has about 600,000 views, by the way. Anyway, let me check something. What do we got? Increase the speed when attacked by enemy basic attacks, skills, and special attacks. Targeting elemental weaknesses, consume 1 magic, okay. When not attacked by enemy basic attacks, skills, or special attacks, grant 3 magic. So you want to hit this thing every single time. And all magic reaches 10 activates assist with creating advances action, all I can say. Okay, so basically you want to hit this thing all the time with everything. Which is going to be great, because I'm going to be wounding it with Ren, and then it's going to get hit every single time. Although it doesn't mention follow-up attacks. Oh, these guys do that as well, so basically you want to hit all enemies all the time. Yeah, so basically you want to AoE everything, like all enemies. Because if you do proximity in the center, the guys all the way on the outside are going to get magic stacks. However, is that even going to be an issue if the guys on the very outside are getting magic stacks? Like, what do the guys on the very outside even do if they get magic stacks? Restores HP to all allies? That's it! That's literally the worst effect they could have, like, for them. For me, it's the best effect they could have had, because healing is fucking pointless. You kill enemies in a single break in this game really fucking hard. Healing doesn't matter. Yeah, Aina is fantastic in this fight. Generally, I think everyone's gonna be great in this fight. I haven't wounded the enemies yet. I'm low on skill points. So they just heal. That's it. That's all they do. There's nothing. Yeah, sadly I'm out of skill points. Okay, we have a lot more speed now because Ui's special is coming online, which means a lot more speed. Also a bit. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Tsuzukemasu. Bam. Bam. Psycho technique. Very important. Bonk. Ouch. I'm gonna just always keep the boss targeted so the boss itself always loses stacks and never actually goes up there. If some of the other guys get up there, it's fine, but the boss itself I want to keep low. It's gonna be another follow-up from that, and another follow-up from that, and then we get a special, and it's another follow-up attack. There's so many follow-up attacks, Jesus. It's another follow-up attack from that. It's another follow-up attack from that. Another follow-up attack from that. Oh my god, there's so many follow-up attacks. Jesus Christ. Maybe we have no attacker from that element that attacks everyone. We have Sakurako. I see mean Void. Yeah, from Void we don't have anyone that attacks all of them at once. But from... It's also weak to water and we have Sakurako. One more Nawake. The boss is almost dead and we didn't even break the boss yet. And then it instantly dies. Yeah, you just Tsuzukemasu and the boss is dead. Huh. Tsuzukemasu is pretty powerful. Let's do this one more time with Sakurako. Let's use some lower ascension characters as well. And yeah, lower ascension just to make it a bit more difficult. What do we do? We also have Void, right? I don't want to use Morimura. No, because he's too powerful, because he's single target. He doesn't actually help me here. I'm really surprised Kanae doesn't work here, like, at all. Could we do memes? No, let's not do memes. Ah, fuck it, single target? Huh. I don't actually know who else to use. Is it also fire? Yeah, we can use fire. So this should be quite difficult. 3 of my characters are very low Ascension or even Ascension 0. Moimoda is single target. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot more difficult now. Maybe even too difficult, maybe I've overdone it. We'll see. Maybe we've overdone it, we'll see. Maybe I added Kanae only add new bosses with to not add new bosses with Dark Weakness. Yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea what they were doing. That's just weird. That is just weird. We're also not going to be quitting as easily. Speed. That's fine. Usually speed is much better for her, but fucking. Is the new Link Crate weak to Dark and has a crit gimmick? No. Is it? It might have a crit gimmick like that, we don't know, but it's weak to Forest Aqua Light. The next Link Crate is not even weak to Dark. Yeah, that's that. Okay, let's see how this goes. Like I said, I might have gone a bit too hard into this. Like, a lot of these characters are either weak or not AoE. So let's see what happens. That said, I do have some good characters here regardless, because Rika and Ren, there's still good stuff here. Like, these are not terrible characters, but this is not the team that I would be making. Let me put it this way. If they did to the Link Girl, I don't know why they did that to Kanae. So these guys are getting stacks now. I'm gonna wait for the follow-up attack. I don't know how strong the follow-up attack is, but I kind of want to see. Because now the follow-up attack is going to happen. I like the counters. Yeah, counter-attack. Counter-attack. I think we can take more. No, let's heal now. So we can also get rid of the poison. And then we can get more from this. Okay. Sadly, the follow-up attacks don't reduce the stack counters. But the thing is, Ren is such a good breaker, the boss is almost broken. Because Ren breaks really fucking fast. Like, Christmas Ren is really fucking fast breaker. Okay, we've got some stacks on there. We're still only on 4 stacks with that? Like, we're breaking way too fast. We're breaking way too fast. Bonk. Stack slow. And break. And get everyone buffed up. Buff. Nice. We're very buff now. Sadly not all the way. Yeah, that's that. So actually this still was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Huh. More advantage on debut. It's gonna be fine. It's not like more people would have rolled for her if she had more advantages on these bosses. We didn't get to 10 yet. No, that's a lot of damage bonus that's missing. Yeah, whatever. Hey, now we're at 10. Woo! Bonk. Good damage, good damage. I think that was also not one-shot your team is so weird for Chaos fight. Yeah, that usually doesn't happen in Chaos. But yeah. So this fight does not really seem that bad. even if you only have proximity, that still means you can stop the center 3 characters, which is the boss and the 2 outside characters, to stop them from doing their special follow-up attacks. Which means you only have to deal with the follow-up attacks from the ones on the very outside. And the ones on the very outside, they only heal a bit. And that's it. And it doesn't matter, because healing is kind of pointless. So even if you only have proximity, this fight is still trivially easy. You just use any proximity or AoE that you have, and that's it. Just throw some AoE and proximity at this boss and it just dies. Like, it can't do anything. Ren broke the boss in like 2 or 3 attacks. Because Ren is really fucking good. Like Christmas Ren, I mean. Christmas Ren is really fucking good. Regular Ren is also really fucking good, of course. One of the best characters in the game. Okay. But I think that's about it. I'm really hungry, actually. I really want to eat stuff. Something. Which means, let me just check if there is something else that needs to be doing. But I think that's all the new content. Because there is no score attack, sadly. It's kind of sad. We would like the score attack. Yeah, it is what it is. You have 3 5-star buffers, but only 1 5-star debuffer. I'm wondering whether to get the new debuffer or the New Year's or Madoka. Maybe the New Year's Madoka, because Kanae is standard, which means you will randomly get Kanae in the future, so you don't need to roll for her. So it would make more sense to go for the Madoka. This is my guess, at least. Ultimately, I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, that's it for all of those. Why did I put a new score attack for a character? I don't know. I don't know why they're doing this. It's not that important, I guess. It's like I said, even because she's a standard character, people are gonna get her at some point in the future anyway. So it's not like people are desperate to roll for her right now. Fight for the favorite. But yeah, no, I am done for the day. Thank you everyone who has joined and watched the stream. Thank you all of my members and subscribers. And what is gonna be next is the review for Kanae, of course, which should go out tomorrow at some point, I don't know. But she seems pretty decent, has a lot of cool parts to her kit, very good damage amplification as well, but not to a overpowered degree or anything like that. But she seems extremely decent and extremely solid. If you get her in the future at some point, you can just pop her on and use her. Sounds good. But yeah, that was that. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!